sports. It's in the game.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Thanks for joining us here today in La Quinta, California. Beautiful spot. We're at the Career Builder Challenge. Frank, what do we have out here today?
Par 72, every inch of this golf course is going to extract the best out of your game, because if you don't play your best, you will struggle. Anything in the 60s, something to be proud of.
Teeing off to start the round here at PGA West. This first hole is a 445-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through the first tee shot.
Only the longest hitters won't hit driver down here, Rich. 3-wood at that bunker if you are really, really long. Otherwise, sort of try and squeeze that driver down the left side. Shorten this hole up a little bit because it plays every inch of that 450 yards.
Well, that's just how you envision it when you walk to the first tee. High and deep, right in the middle of the fairway. Good way to start. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Teed up here at the second hole, Frank, this is a short par 4 measuring about 370 yards.
While it mightn't have the yardage, it's certainly made up in strategy by all the bunkering down here, Rich. And it's really two bunkers that you've got to, or two complexes that you've really got to worry about. One down the left, you see, is about 285 yards to carry, and then that next crop comes in just about 300 yards. So you've got to decide whether to go over the bunker on the left and short of the other one, or even lay up to the right, perhaps short. And that's where you realize this is very much a two-shot hole, and play it that way.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now. Even par currently.
-1 in the early going. Now to the third hole, a par 4, 471 yards. Frank, break this hole down for us.
Well, the trouble appears down that left side with the series of bunkers, but you've got to take into account the trees that are well positioned down the right side. Plus, as you can see, this fairway is not exactly flat.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just a couple of feet. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Frank, this is our first par 3 of the day. The fourth, about 192 yards.
And it's called sandpit. So if you're not on the green, chances are you're getting that lob wedge or sand wedge out. The green is 36 yards deep. Got a nice little sort of hump and hollow roll to it. A mini roller coaster.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. So we played our first par 3, now to the first par 5 on this golf course at PGA West. It is the 535-yard 5th hole. Frank, it appears as though it rewards precision off the tee.
And the bombers too. You can run out of water at 335 yards. So the Dustin Johnsons of the world and the Rory McIlroys, that's nearly doable, but if you can't hit it that far, it's quite obvious. You've got to keep it down the right side. And for those people, they put 2 little bunkers there.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but he's well on the cards.
Wouldn't call it a great approach shot, but it still ends up in the fringe.
A little bit of magic from here. This hole's not over.
Playing his third here at the par 5. Safely aboard. And getting ready for the putt. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Did the job right there. Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 6th?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favour, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, doesn't sound as daunting.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. He'll need to be strong with this. Solid play, heart of the green. Par bid here. Routine stuff for Rory, that's a par. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green, so it's just a layup. You see the bunker down there in the distance. That really is the...
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Well, he'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
You know how to play this shot, Frank, right? You keep your chin up, you look down your nose at the ball, you have to pick it cleanly, and keep your head still. He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away.
It's at sneaky distance. Well, we'll never know if that had gone in because it never made it.
So they'll tap in. Too bad. 2 drop shots right there with a double bogey. 555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again.
Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really, you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Trying to grind out a par here. Needs it. Drops it, and he's at even par. Frank, the par 4 9th at 452 yards is all you want.
You could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. That one is bunker bound, it looks like. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Locked in on the read and the speed. So our featured player will lose a shot. The question is, has the player lost their way completely? but this one has a chance to be really good. It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Shouldn't be a problem here.
That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. Clean this up with a tap. Okay, has it and stays at 1 over par. Well, Frank, how about this hole? Par 5 11th at 617 yards.
The goal here is to take all those bunkers down that left side completely out of play. If you hit it far enough down there, you can get close to this green. But if you do stray a little bit, all of a sudden, well, it's called eternity. You're going to find that this hole will play very long.
315.
Second shot.
Tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and a chance for a birdie. Settles in over the putt. Good work there. Now to even par. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. Good spot right there.
Center cut.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. TPC Stadium, of course, has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years. Not too bad, about 25 feet away. Frank going for 2 in a row now. Pretty good effort right there. Has this one for par. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 7th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. You see the blend of holes here from the long par 5 to the short par 4, now to the 214-yard par 3 13th.